Hello parents, this is Lamar Reeves from Oak Grove Upper Elementary. I want to take a few minutes to go over some questioning techniques to help students better understand questions on informative passages. Sometimes the informative questions are a little wordy and difficult to understand, and what we want to be able to do is to break those questions down into what is most important to better understand what the question is really asking. For example, here on number 2, it says, according to the passage. Now, these words students will see quite often in narrative and informative passages. It simply tells them that they need to be able to read to find the best answer. If we continue, which statement best explains how robots that understand human emotions are created? That's quite wordy, and we want to narrow that down into what's most important. So we look for our questioning words. What do I really need to know? And we will see here, we want to know how. That's what we're going to focus on, how something is being done. The next part is how what? What is the how that we need to know? How robots that understand human emotions are created. Again, those are a lot of words, and we want to narrow it down. If we look closely, we really want to know how the robots are created. So by pointing this out and circling and underlining these key words, students will better understand what they're looking for. As they're reading, they should be thinking, how are these robots created? How are they created? Not so much on focusing on the words understanding human emotions, but we want to know how are they created. So my answer needs to tell me how they are created. If I move on to number 3, we see a different question type. Which sentence from the section, Understanding Human Feelings, shows why some researchers believe developing robots with empathy is an important goal? That's a mouthful. So we want to narrow that down. Which sentence from the section, that's something that they're going to see quite often. Understanding Human Feelings, that's one of the headings from the passage. So we really want to know, what is the question asking? What do I need to know? I need to know why. Why? Why something? Why this? And so I'm looking for, what is the why? Why is what I'm looking for. Why some researchers believe developing robots with empathy is an important goal. That's a lot of words. Again, we want to narrow it down. So if I look closely, I really want to know, why is it an important goal? We know they're developing robots. That's what the passage is telling us. But our question is asking, why is it important? So as I'm reading, I'm looking for an answer that shows me the importance. Why is it important? So if I can find the question word and a key word like what I'm really asking, it gives me something to look for rather than focusing on all of these words in the question. So I'm narrowing it down to 3, maybe 4 important words. So that will help me find my answer more easily. Another question type, and one they will see a lot, is like number 5 here. What is the author's reason? So students are beginning to pick this out automatically. They see author's reason. And anytime they see author's reason, they should be asking themselves why. Why did the author do this? So question 5 says, what is the author's reason for including the technology expert Patrick Moorhead in paragraph 13 through 16? So I know author's reason tells me why. Why? What is the why that I'm looking for? And if I focus here, why Patrick Moorhead? What was the reason for putting Patrick Moorhead in these paragraphs? What was important about him? What did he say? So if I go back to paragraphs 13 through 16 and I look at what Patrick Moorhead says, I would understand why the author put him there. What's his purpose? What did putting him in this passage do to help me make my point? All right, so you'll see a lot of those author's reason. It's simply, why did he do this? What job does this paragraph do for my passage? Another question that we'll see a lot, again, according to the passage. They see that a lot. We want to kind of let that become second nature. We just need to know that this tells me to go back and read. Why do scientists want to make robots more human-like? I focus in on my question word, and again, I see why. Why what? What is the why that I'm looking for? Why do scientists want to make robots more human-like? So I keep looking, why? Why more human-like? Why? We know they're making robots. That's what the passage is telling us. But the question is asking, why make them human-like? So my answer that I'm looking for is going to tell me why they're making them more human-like. So again, that breaks this long question down into 3 important words. Why more human-like? And that's what I'm looking for as I'm reading. And finally, we'll look at here, question 10. Which phrase from the passage best supports the idea that empathetic robots will be beneficial to society? That is another long question. It might be a little bit difficult to understand if we don't break it down. So, which phrase from the passage? Again, we see that a lot. It tells me to go back and read. So I'm asking myself, what am I supposed to do here? I'm going to support an idea. Okay? I'm going to support this idea. But what is the idea that I'm trying to support? I'm trying to support the idea that robots will be beneficial. Okay? So, by knowing that beneficial means that they are good for me or they're helpful, I'm looking for an answer that says robots will be beneficial, robots will be helpful, robots will be good for society. So the idea is robots will be beneficial. So I don't have to focus on all of the question words. I'm focusing on just what's important. So this is just a little tip that we do to help find the true meaning of the question, to get rid of some of those unnecessary words, to make things a little bit more easy to understand so that we know what the question is really asking. I hope this helps. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.